Section 6, Real Estate Brokerage. Independent contractor or employee. Independent contractor has no employee benefits and they set their own rules. An employee must follow the employer's rule for working hours, office routines, attendance at meetings, sales quotas, and dress codes. A real estate sales associate is a salesperson or broker who is licensed to perform real estate activities only on behalf of a licensed real estate broker. The broker-employer is liable for the actions of the sales associates within the scope of the employment agreement or as provided by law. A broker's compensation can be a commission based on a property's sales price, a flat fee, or an hourly rate. A broker's commission is earned when the seller accepts an offer from a ready, willing, and able buyer prepared to buy on the seller's terms and is ready to take positive steps towards consummation of the transaction. A sales associate's compensation is set by mutual agreement of the employing broker and the sales associate. Fee for services mean that a broker's compensation is based on charges for separate activities that a client desires, unbundling of services, that is. Some states now require minimum services to be offered by the broker. A salesperson compensation can only be paid by the broker. There is a way to be paid at closing, but again, the broker is who authorized to do it, so therefore it is actually coming from the broker. Any referral or finder's fees must not violate RESPA and be fully disclosed. Ways of reducing risk is crucial to have an office policy and procedures manual. Other ways is E&O insurance and effective ongoing training. Your office procedures and policy manual will have all your questions answered in it, like what happens if you need somebody to take over for you while you're on vacation, dress, office meetings, all those sort of things that you would likely find in a procedures manual or a policy manual will be located there. Alabama law does not require licensees to be bonded and currently does not require errors and omissions insurance. Another way to reduce risk would be the ongoing effective training. You keep it going on and going on. You never stop training, you never stop learning. Ethics is the moral principles that govern a person's behavior or the conducting of an activity. Morals are concerned with the principles of right and wrong behavior and the goodness or badness of human character. Law governs society, often dealing with interactions between total strangers. Minimal ethical standards. Legal standards are the minimum that society will tolerate from a professional. The National Association of Realtors Code of Ethics is a guideline on the ethical practice of real estate. Realtors are required to complete ethics training every 3 years of not less than 2 hours and 30 minutes of instructional time. The training must meet specific learning objectives and criteria established by the National Association of Realtors. In real estate, we have to be very careful not to practice law. The practice of law by a person, typically a non-lawyer like us, who has not been licensed or admitted to practice law in a given jurisdiction, is considered unauthorized practice of law, and it is illegal. It is very important for us as licensees to stay within our scope of expertise. We are not the expert on anything, not really. We are the source for the source. Your expertise is in real estate, so ensure any advice or information that you provide to the client pertains to just that. Staying within your scope of work can help you reduce your risk and liabilities. Antitrust laws protect competition and ensure against the restraint of trade. It's the Sherman-Clayton Antitrust Acts and the Federal Trade Commission Act that oversees this. Antitrust violations, price fixing. That's to fix commissions or fees for service. Market allocation. That's when you conspire to split up the market areas to avoid competition. Allocation of customers or markets. Group boycotting. That's not showing homes from certain agents or brokerages. And then tie-in agreements. That's requiring that a buyer to purchase other goods or services through the seller as a prerequisite to purchasing the desired property and or requiring that the buyer will not purchase that product from another supplier. The penalties for violations under the Sherman Antitrust Act is violators face up to $1 million in fines, 10 years in prison, with corporate fines as high as $100 million. In a civil suit, the successful plaintiff may recover triple damages plus attorney's fees and cost.